Hello, today we will be talking about first law of Thackara's law. Now to give you some background on John Thackara, he has lectured in more than 40 countries. He is a writer, a speaker, and a design producer, also the director of doorsofperception.com. He is also the author of In the Bubble, Designing in a Complex World. The aim of this book is to show people who would like to learn how to design services, some by information technology, what the basic needs are, and how to achieve it in a sustainable way.
John Thackara developed his own theory on design that he coined Thackara's laws. Thackara's theory includes two different laws. The first one states, if you put smart technology into a pointless product, the result will be a stupid product. The second law states that our capacity to be impressed by new technology diminishes in relation to the amount of pointless functionality added to everyday products, otherwise known as LODA, or the law of diminishing amazement. These laws were John Thackara's theory about a product's value in relation to its success in the marketplace. They also served as guidelines for product designers to keep in mind when creating products people would use. So going more in depth with Thackara's first law, if you put smart technology into a pointless product, that result will be a stupid product. In other words, high value technology in a product that does not need it will consequently result in what Thackara calls a stupid product. Or in layman's terms, stupid products are products that use good technology in a bad way. An example of a product that Thackara would consider a stupid product would be this computer mouse with a digital scale. The good technology here is the miniature digital scale. Developing a scale of this size is already valuable in its own, but when you embed it into a mouse, it diminishes the value of the scale completely. This is because it is rare that we ever have to weigh anything when on the computer or when using a mouse. So this proves to have no use with a mouse, which then results in a stupid product. Another example of a stupid device is this electronic bubble wrap. It is an electronic device that when buttons are pressed, it is meant to emulate the popping sensation of bubble wrap, which is used to protect and wrap fragile goods when shipped. The technology used to create this device could hardly even be considered good, because there's little use other than to satisfy the craving to pop bubble wrap, consequently resulting in a stupid product. Another example of a stupid product is this iTypewriter. It is a typewriting machine on which you mount your iPad on. When you hit the keys on the typewriter, it triggers a lever to hit the corresponding key on the iPad. The good technology here is obviously the iPad, and the bad use of the iPad occurs when you use the typewriter device to replace the on-screen keyboard. It is literally a step back from advancing technology by replacing modern technology with old technology. It serves little use other than to give the experience of typing on a typewriter. In contrast, what would be considered a good product? A good product would be considered a product with features that do not serve an obsolete purpose. Here are a few examples. A smartphone would be considered a good product because all the extra features of a smartphone, like internet capabilities, web browsing, GPS, and the camera, all add value that is relevant to the use of the phone. Car alarms are another good product. Their features prevents the theft of cars and provides immediate notification if something ever happens to your car. These benefits provide peace of mind and directly improve the experience of owning a car. To briefly touch on Thackara's second law, Thackara's second law can be summed up by the law of diminishing amazement. The law of diminishing amazement means that the more pointless technology that's introduced into the world, our capacity for amazement is reduced, and we are less enthused to see new technology. An example of this is the recent introduction of iPads being integrated into cars. While this isn't exactly pointless technology, but this type of technology is so pervasive in the modern era that we're not exactly surprised to see it becoming part of the car. In fact, we're almost expecting it to be part of the car sooner or later. John Thackara devised these laws based on his contention that 1. Products must have perceived value to be successful. This simply means that the consumers must see the immediate value in a product to have a chance at being successful. And number 2, which goes back to Thackara's second law, more meaningless functions equates to less enthusiasm for new ones. Thackara stresses these concerns in his book, The Design Challenge of Pervasive Computing, where he includes a manifesto which recommends to designers we will not flood the world with pointless devices. In an analysis of Thackara's beliefs on design, Thackara stressed simplicity in product design. He feels like technology nowadays thinks that better design means adding more buttons to products, which he strongly disagrees with. He feels that product designers are creating products that they assume customers needed instead of designing products with customer validation. Instead, he preaches designing with end users to create what they need. He stresses that don't create for customers, but to co-create with them. To preach his beliefs, Thackara recently released his 10 articles of association between design, technology, and end users. These articles are meant to voice his concerns about the rush to build a world of pervasive computing and to challenge designers to rethink their priorities when designing products. Here are 3 of the 10 principles that are most relevant and reiterate the themes of Thackara's law. Deliver value to people, don't deliver people to systems. Do not presume to design experiences for people, but do so if asked. These first 2 articles are consistent with Thackara's belief of co-creating products with customers instead of designing products that you feel that end users need. And finally, do not pretend things are simple when they're complex. This is consistent with Thackara's belief in simple design.